And you could say that life's evolution is based on a series of good decisions. Would you not agree? It's about your decisions, right? We all have choices, we all have opportunities, we all have ways of looking at everything that goes on, but we choose a certain perception of how to do things. Okay? Now, based on your decisions that you make, you can make your life a garden of bliss, or you can make it an ocean of suffering. It all depends on how you choose to do things. And that choice is being pulled in two directions, between good and between the forces that are going to drag you down. So your war is there, because the forces often that will drag you down are the most beautiful. They're the most tempting, they taste the best, they look the best. But they're not always the best. But they smell the best, they taste the best. But the ones that may be better for you may not be the most appealing. So there is a little bit of a battle that will go on in our lives. And developing our strength on this side now, guys. So therein lies the battle. So when you're practicing your warrior sequence, you're thinking about the battle of you in your consciousness. We'll get to the asanas in a moment. I also want you to remember something that's taught in the scriptures, and that is that when you go to war with yourself, you win and you lose simultaneously. There's a victory and there's a loss at the same time. So for example, let's say the victory is you becoming fitter and healthier, but the loss is you not eating as much of the stuff that you want to eat. So you might enjoy chocolates and cakes and this, that and the other. That's a loss, but the victory is your health. So in every decision that you make in your life, in this war of life, there's a victory and there's a loss. There's a sacrifice and there's a success. Okay? And until you understand that that is the format, the default format of your game of life, you'll be hung up on the sacrifices and hung up on the losses and not focused on the victories and the success. And there's a saying with regards to success and everything that you do in life is how to get success is first work out what you have to sacrifice for the success, sacrifice that thing, and the success will come. But it's mainly because we're not willing to take a loss. We want everything without changing anything. We want complete changes with no changes. Right? So here is part of this psychological battle. But knowing that you're in a battle is the first step. Okay? Most people will get caught out in life because, like I said last week, life becomes easier when you accept that life is tough. If you go into life thinking that it's a fairy tale, you will be caught out by the wickedness. And even in fairy tales, you need to watch Disney things, nursery rhymes. From the day you were born, there was always a wicked character. Right? There was always the villain. There was always the wicked witch, and they were always causing trouble for the good guy. But what did the good guy have to do? Overcome it. So even in the fairy tales that go from childhood onwards, there was always a problem. That's why they came down to eat the what was it, Incy Spy, they came down to eat whose pie? Muffin? Freaked her out. Freaked her out. For a hot second. But did she get over it? I don't know. He got washed out of or something like that. But as you look through your life, you'll always see that from the beginning we recognize there is something going on around us. But we need the strength of mind to overcome, to choose correctly. And asana practice, yoga practice, when you do warrior sequence, when you take your postures, you are not training your body. You're training your mind. It's psychological. When you stand in a tree pose like this, and the first time you were done a tree pose, you're all over the place. I remember each one of you. Well, I saw you all over the place. And then I stood next to you and I said, focus your mind. You can do it. You're strong enough. You've got your concentration foot. And then suddenly the ceiling of your dreams grew higher and higher away from you. You thought you could do more and more. You became more confident. And that confidence, whether you know it or not, will translate to what happens outside the classroom. Okay? When you do your warrior pose, and you stand in your pose like this, and your leg is getting tight, and I say concentrate, draw energy down to your thigh, make yourself stronger, think about the battles you're going. You think about the battles. When you walk out of yoga class, you feel confident, you feel stronger, and it starts to bleed into your life. This is practice of mental postures, as well as physical postures. Right? So yoga is preparing you from the very base, all the way to the top for all of life's challenges and battles. But first we have to accept that it is a battle, that there is the war of ourselves going on. We have to win, we have to take arms. And and arms of wisdom, arms of love, arms of compassion, right? Arms of discipline. That's how we get through our lives and we improve. And if you don't learn through wisdom, you learn through experience, and experience hurts more. So you learn in advance. And yoga is also giving you that teaching. So that's my prelude for the work we're going to do today. So we're going to again go through our warrior sequence, all 27 steps. We'll break them down into sections of 4 or 5, and then we'll do them as a sequence again and get ourselves used to the training, get to our feet. Right, first movement.